understand that we had a president of the United States of America, a president of the United States of America that filed bankruptcy like 4 times, and you, Belinda, you scared to file bankruptcy once? Because you scared about what people want to think about you, girl. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and check out Up Top Beauty. I'm sure we have an accessory there just for you. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about brothers B.O. Like George, ain't that fucking kind of hard on you? Funkin. Bush would land on top of the hotel, take the elevator down to the lobby, and come to the podium. Sure enough, in 2 minutes, he was there. The speech he gave that day was one of the keynote events for the Reagan administration's zero tolerance policy towards drugs. If they discover any drugs, even a seed and a stem, they confiscated boats and cars. That's why we got so many black men still locked up over that crack bullshit. Oh no, we can't have these niggas happy. Not in the projects. No, we can't have them happy down there. Answer no. No. Now we can have our sons round there to the Yale and the Harvard doing boogity sugarity, but we can't have those black folks happy round there in the project smoking the cracky. No. So we're gonna put the harshest punishments towards those who sell crack, but not those who sell coke. And there I was, 20 floors above him, doing lines of coke that I had hidden in my pocket as I came through the lobby. I'm sure I wasn't the only one. Hell to the no. Back to the Roger, okay? Because we talked about how Roger was a whole ninja. Oh, and then I read that story about him and his brother. Oh, that was tragic. My God, that was tragic. How it was like a murder-suicide thing between Roger Troutman and I think Larry Troutman. If I'm wrong, y'all always put it down below in the comments.
Back to Roger. All right, we had come into possession of a letter written by Bob Krasnow, an executive from Warner Brothers. Back when Zapp's first singles were out, Krasnow had gone to see the band in concert, and he had noticed that everything was about Roger. All the energy on stage revolved around him. Even though Warner Brothers had Zapp tied up, Krasnow felt that he had been tricked. And we found a letter by Krasnow in which he said, in no uncertain terms, that he had to move fast in getting money to Roger and signing him above and beyond his Uncle Jam commitments, which was probably sealed by a handshake deal only.
We received a quick, unsatisfying ruling, a summary judgment that determined that on the merits of the case, it didn't look like we would win. We could have appealed, but one of our legal philosophies promoted by Nene was that we never took legal representation on a contingency basis. Okay? Meaning that if you don't know that you're going to win, why you going to pay these mother hunchies to, just stand there? Only time we go into the court is if we're absolute that we're going to win. There was another legal issue with the dudes, what's their name? Krebs and Lieber, okay? Remember, they were the rock and roller managers, right? And what happened was George Clinton, officially wrote them a letter. Hey, we letting you go. We don't need your services anymore, okay? And if there is owed money, then just contact us, right? George said that was just something that people said. He didn't really think that Krebs and Lieber were actually going to go after him. Oh, they went after him, He was shocked, like, what? It wasn't a tremendous amount of money, somewhere around $250,000, but the P-Funk organization was at a point where cash flow wasn't great. We had offices in Detroit and Los Angeles. We had studios opening all the time. There was plenty money coming in, but there was also plenty money going out. But how a cash flow issue turned into a bankruptcy was beyond me. I don't know why people act like bankruptcies are such a hard thing to do. They be like, oh, that's why you filed bankruptcy. Shit. Child bang. White folks do it all the time. Do you understand that we had a president of the United States of America, that filed bankruptcy like 4 fucking times? And you, Belinda, you scared to file bankruptcy once? Because you scared about what people want to think about you? Girl. My third Capitol solo record, Some of My Best Jokes Are Friends, came out in the summer of 1985. And though it wasn't technically a concept album, I wanted to look a little more aggressively at the way that music was changing. Tommy Silverman, who founded Tommy Boy Records, started doing a music conference he called the New Music Seminar. And in 1984, he invited me to speak. It was a great lineup. I would be on a panel alongside Madonna, who had just made her first record, and James Brown. After the event, this kid came up to me and introduced himself.
He had read an interview with me where I said that I thought some of the new wave acts, including Thomas Dolby, were at the vanguard of funk. I had said that if history was any indication, some white group from Europe would end up being the Led Zeppelin of funk. The same way that Page and Plant had co-opted blues. Some British groups would redeploy funk and make it the planet's preferred music. This kid objected to my analysis.
He told me that it didn't have to be that way, not if I would produce his band's record. His name was Anthony, he said, and his group was called the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I would agree that the Red Hot Chili Peppers, their sound was definitely rooted in funk, definitely. And George Clinton was impressed with them. The guys were serious, meaning the guys from the Red Hot Chili Peppers were very serious about having George Clinton to produce their album. They got together, and they vibed together, right? Now, he alluded to there was some drugs going on when they were in the studio vibing, right? And he said that he would encourage the boys to stay away from the drugs. The Peppers, because they were young and white, could get away with political directness. That wouldn't have worked for an older soul or funk band. At that point in my career, trying to refashion myself as a radio artist, I was very leery of saying some of the shit he was saying. I could have done it when I was younger, in the earlier days of Funkadelic. But it was a different time then. I was a little older. I was charting. I had formal responsibilities to bandmates and fans. My days of direct political speech were over. The Peppers also gave me a new perspective on drugs. The same thing that had happened to black stars with freebase and crack was happening to white rock stars with heroin. I saw that white groups were going to get pinned by heroin, and I told the Peppers to watch out. They didn't. When they were with me, they were dabbling and more. We had to take one of them at one point and put ice on his nuts to keep him from dying. What? You put ice on people's nuts? They didn't have like the Narcan shot then? I don't know what they was using then, but you put ice on people's nuts? Like as a grown man, I don't want to ever put ice on a man's nuts. I don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to see no man's balls if I don't have to. But I guess if that's your friend, that's your friend. I saw them tiptoeing right up to the edge of what a body could bear. And then they went over. Hillel Slavak, their original guitarist, ended up overdosing in 1988. When they eventually cleaned up their act, they were just as addicted to the straight living as they had been to smack. They went past clean. We saw them again in Germany in the mid-90s, and they were on a major health food kick. All kinds of juices and tofu and whey and mess like that. Sounds like a whole bunch of boo-boo juice to me. Let me tell you this story, okay? Because George Clinton is full of shenanigans, right? But while they were working on Freaky Style, the Peppers and I went to see Aretha Franklin play a show. The pre-production guy in the studio had a big white Rolls Royce. So Flea and Anthony Kiedis and I packed in, and we went to the concert hall. We were just clowning, being high and shit. And we ran into Aretha's sister. Carlin was like, oh no, not these niggas. Don't sit me with them. They don't know how to act.
What's up, Carlin? What's up? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Like, Because if my sister come down here and kick ass, it won't be mine that's getting kicked. Keep me far away from them ninjas that don't know how to act. Around 1985, the bankruptcy is a problem, okay? Because his assets are frozen, right? And at the same time, we got Nene pulling scams. Things were shifting in my relationship with Nene. A few years before, I started a project with my younger brother, Jimmy Giles. The band was called Jimmy G and the Tackheads. And the album Federation of Tackheads was shelved several times before it was finally released. Nene had received a $200,000 advance for the Tackhead records, and everyone was waiting on him to release the money. Jimmy asked and asked again, and eventually Nene sent him $2,500 fucking dollars. $2,500 from what is that? 200,000? That ninja Nene, he got to go, okay? Because it's never a problem till it's a problem. George Clinton's money is funny, so Nene, all them shenanigans that you was pulling before with the money, you can't do that no more, brother. You can't do that. One day, Bob Young, who was head of business affairs at Capitol, called us and said that Nene was coming around the office looking for money. Okay, Bob suggested that we buy Nene out for $70,000. You know, I'm gonna go to the left and then I'm gonna come back. Give me 2 minutes, right? Now, some women, you got deadbeats in your house, right? And you like, I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of this nigga. Let me tell you how you get rid of him. You pay that ninja to go away. I know you like, I'm not about to pay him to go away. You know how much money he done spent since he done been in my house? You know how much he done drove my car? How many of my kids' fruit snacks he done ate? I'm not about to pay him to go no fucking way. Just get the F out. Answer no. You give that ninja first and last month's rent. You know, you don't say to him, you ain't shit. You can't even come up with your own rent money. You might go back to your mammy house. That's not your business. Your only concern is to get that ninja up out of your house. Sir, you know, I know you ain't been happy here for a while, you know. For real, he probably is dead happy, but he don't have no sense like most, you know, deadbeats don't, right? I know you haven't been here happy for a while, okay? Here's $2,500, okay? Here's your money so that you can, you know, get out on your own, because I feel bad keeping you here knowing that you're not happy. Now, yes, you may have to find a new babysitter, because for real, half these bitches out here, the only reason why they want some of these dirty dick ninjas in their houses so that the dirty dick can, you know, watch their kids while they at work. But like I was saying, yes, you may have to find a new babysitter, because for real, you're not getting his services for free. He driving your car. He eating up all your free kids' fruit snacks. So it's not for free. $2,500, here you go, brother. And he gonna take it because he a dummy, okay? All he know is, you know, a bird in a hand is worth more than a bush. That's what he know. So let me get this money now, make it happen, and go away. Give you back your keys, everything. You know, because he like, ooh, $2,500. Ooh, yeah. You know, that's all he thinking about. He ain't think about the fact once that $2,500 is gone, what he gonna do next. All he know is that a bird in the hand is worth more than a bush. I have a soft spot for the last solo record I made for Capitol, R&B Skeletons in the Closet. Music kept changing year after year. And if you didn't embrace change, change would just turn its back on you. As rap grew into hip hop, another element came into play, which was building your new song on an existing foundation and sampling soul and funk. So we all know, during the 80s and 90s, they were sampling all over the place. And me, if I was a producer, man, I would go and get all of Funkadelic's music, all of it, okay? It's not one song that I could think of that I wouldn't be, creating from. It would, for real, Funkadelic music or P-Funk's music is like a muse. You know what I'm saying? You get that groove from them, and even if you don't use their groove, I'm sure that you can be inspired by their groove. What he continues to say about rap music is that he was disappointed at times, because he initially spoke about Finesse Sequence, that group that Angie Stone was a part of, because they did the song, I think it was Funk You Right On Up. Yeah, Funk You Up, right? So he said that because some of the hip hop music was lackluster, he said that he did not get that same feeling of empowerment that certain kinds of music would give, But then he spoke about Erg B and Rakim's Follow the Leader. He had respect for Erg B and Rakim. He also had respect for Chuck D and Public Enemy, okay? There were only a few stars who carried the torch for raw funk in the mid-'80s. And the baddest of them all was Prince. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. Now, remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies have a good one. Get up on the downstroke.